Welcome back to Comtrack.
One microphone. Two microphones.
So, I thought we were doing Nightmare Before Christmas,
We are.
not Muppets Halloween. Is there a Muppets Halloween? I
I
forget.
don't know. I haven't ever searched for it.
Oh,
You want to know a fun fact about the Count?
What's that?
Okay, you know that there is actually some tradition in European folklore about, like, getting vampires away from your house, and one of the ways to dissuade them from coming in is to throw some rice or, like, barley or whatever at your door, and they'll stop and count the grains, because apparently all vampires have OCD. And this may be the inspiration for the Count.
Why didn't they do that for What We Do in the Shadows? That would have been
so
really
funny.
You know what? I'm betting that was one of the jokes that just got cut.
They're gonna make a second season.
They're
gonna make a second season.
That's true. Just put that in the show. Are you listening, Taika Waititi? Put that in the show. But anyway, that's
And then at sunrise comes and they're like, oh shit, I forgot to murder people. But we're here.
Yes, we're here.
You know I was emo.
Yes.
You know that this was like my life.
Oh, this is
You did
this
not
movie...
have a backpack with Jack Skellington on it. You were a prep and a poser. Fuck you, yeah.
This is the film, like, for every single, like, spooky goth nerd out there.
Oh, yeah.
Just like, this is the staple.
To this day, they still sell, like, all the Nightmare Before Christmas.
All of it, dude.
All
like,
the time.
I mean, honestly, I think the only thing that I've
Invader
seen...
Zim came back, and they only put one t-shirt up, but Jack Skellington will stay forever.
Pretty much, yeah. Like, oh, it's true. Invader Zim did come back recently with their movie, and yeah, they were like, "Yeah, give us more Nightmare."
Yeah.
Honestly, I think
you can buy Dib's t-shirt now. That's it. That's all the merch we're making. I wanted, like, cringy like, taco t-shirts again.
Oh my
Just to
God.
give everyone more flashbacks.
Yeah, back to those early 2000s goth phase for all of us good-hearted millennials.
Oh, yeah.
But
Foamy the Squirrel, that was awesome.
right. Or what was it? The Mini Moose.
Oh, I do.
Mini
I
Moose.
don't know the Mini Moose.
Mini Moose for literally just the Christmas episode for Invader Zim.
Yes.
The one
okay.
that The one that Invader Zim's like, he's been here this whole time, I assure you. Which is like, no, he hasn't.
Oh, yeah.
But I want to know, okay, so obviously this is a big staple for, like, everyone.
Yes.
Everyone. What's your very first exposure to this one?
Oh, gosh, I know I was young enough to still be terrified of Oogie Boogie. I did not like him. He freaked me out. He was full of bugs. I had a nightmare, so I had to probably be like 8.
Yeah, you weren't here for our last episode with Beetlejuice, but this was, again, a Tim Burton movie in an era where PG meant something.
Oh, yeah. Where parents were actually expected to guide you.
Yeah.
And I love that sort of horror for kids. Like, I think it's necessary to give kids horror movies that aren't adults' horror movies.
It is a necessary evil.
Like, you know, I grew up with, like, Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yes.
Scary stories to tell in the dark. I guess
Are
that's
You
a
Afraid
new
of the
one.
Dark is
Yeah.
another one.
Or what was it? So Weird was like the Disney Channel equivalent. I
Oh,
think.
okay.
Yeah.
See, I don't think I saw that
Because I
one.
don't think I grew up with Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon.
I did, but
seek those out.
it was not until, like, very late. I think I didn't see them until, like, 7th grade, I think. No, it was about 6th or 7th grade where I finally got Cartoon Network and all those good things. But I did have Nickelodeon growing up in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
That one I did.
Lucky you.
Yeah, or what was the...
I just watched reruns of Arthur all day.
Another couple things like that of that era that I grew up with
Yeah.
were Rocko's Modern Life and Ah, Real Monsters, which were really fun. Yeah, so, okay, so you really don't recall the first
Oh, I
memory of
recall
this?
it because... maybe not the first time I watched it. I recall the movie because I watch it, like, every holiday season. Because I lump all my holidays together.
Yes, as we all do at this point. It's just
Some
cheaper.
people hate Christmas, though. Some people are like, I'm spooky and edgy. It's like, no. They're all Just one big hedonistic season.
Yeah, honestly,
of
if
early
you
winter
hate,
debauchery.
if you want to be spoopy, and you like like Christmas, just love Krampus.
Yeah, but Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Hell yeah, man!
Yes,
That's gonna have to be a thing
that
next
has
year.
to be a thing. Yeah, but that's one of the reasons I love it is there aren't really many Thanksgiving movies.
Yeah.
There's like 6 episodes of Bob's Burgers. That's it.
Well, there's also Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That's Thanksgiving.
And actually, one of my good friends, one of his favorite movies to watch every Thanksgiving is Rocky. That takes place around the same time.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just like to celebrate Halloween and Christmas at the same time.
Yep.
On Thanksgiving, I watch this movie.
Oh, really? Right on.
Yeah.
But when was like the very first time you really got like? What's your earliest memory of it?
Oh my gosh, my earliest memory was Oogie Boogie's weird neon dance with bugs coming out of him and him singing
bugs,
deep bluesy thing, and that was in my dreams for a couple of weeks. That's the main thing I took away from that as a kid is Oogie Boogie was like just I had never seen anything like him before. It was weird. It was a cartoon, so it's not supposed to be scary. And it wasn't scary when I watched it, but then I went to bed and I was like, oh. I don't want anyone to come in and kidnap me and burst out into a bag of bugs. It was freaky. I love it.
See, the very, very earliest memory of this movie that I can remember, because this actually came out in 1993 when I was born.
Aw.
But I do remember there was a promo for it on a VHS tape that I used to watch as a kid. I believe it was for the Batman Mask of the Phantasm tape, which I adored. I mean, I literally watched Batman the Animated Series literally coming out of my mother's womb, just watching that show. Because I think it actually went off the air around 95, so...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I lived off the tapes.
No, it was still on the WB for a long time. I remember coming back home that after school.
It was on and off in a couple places. See, I didn't have the WB at one point, so, like, I remember watching Superman and Batman, the animated series, back in the day, but, like, by the end of the 90s, it completely dissipated for some reason, and in the early 2000s, it was just gone nowhere. Nobody's seen it. I heard Justice League was a thing, and it was always amazing because anytime I was over at a friend's friend,
I feel like it was on between Jackie Chan Adventures and Yu-Gi-Oh. I feel like it was on the WB as I was growing up. Early 2000s.
It might have been. See, I don't think I didn't have it back then because
that's all I had was WB, PBS, and Disney Channel.
But on the VHS there was a promo for Nightmare Before Christmas. And that promo freaked me out to the point where I'm like, I don't want to see it. Because I remember the thing that really just haunted my dreams and that one image where it's like, "Aw, what did Santa bring you?" And he pulls out the shrunken head. And you can just see the parents' hands in the corner of the frame just like shaking in fear. I'm like, Jesus, that's too scary. I don't want to watch that.
I think we should scare our kids.
Oh, yeah.
I think we should make specific media so it doesn't cross any lines. Like, I love this. I loved Courage of the Cowardly Dog. Yeah, it might give your kids nightmares, but it's not going to give them violent tendencies or traumatize them either. It's going to spook them and make them think more about what's in the dark and get their imagination going. It's fun.
Same thing goes with, like, you know, the studio that's been doing all these other wonderful, wonderful stop-motion animations. Coraline, Paranorman, Box Trolls, all these wonderful, because I believe... the director, Henry Selick, went back to, like, supervise a lot of those. I could be wrong, just like...
Those are all good, though.
Oh, of course. Because, I mean, Henry Selick is kind of like one of the great stop-motion directors working in the business, to be honest. Yeah, that was the very first exposure that I got, and I don't think I actually... wound up watching it all the way through until I was about in high school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because, again, it was just something that I put out of my mind and whatnot, because, and plus, you know, I also grew up in, like, a very small, private Christian school for a very long time, for, like, the first 10 years of my life and whatnot, and really, like, that weird, emo, Newgrounds, goth, like... The early 2000s millennial culture didn't catch up to me until it was like 2007. I was really late into the game because, again, I was so sheltered.
Aww. I was at the library listening to like My Chemical Romance, and you were like,
Yeah, I was listening to my mom's records, I guess. I although to be fair, that just like puts my bond to Star-Lord that much more because, but that's just me. That's how I grew up. Now you guys know all about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was that. So I really didn't get the whole thing until then, and it was also when around the high school era. That's where you tend to start hanging around malls more often. Be a little bit of a mall rat, and that's where Hot Topic became cool.
Oh, yeah. The mall goth, like I love that. I mostly learned about it because my parents trusted the they didn't realize that the library had unrestricted internet for me to enjoy it, and that's why I hung out there every day. They were thinking I was being a nerd or studying my homework. I come back with these, they're like, it's okay, she's got a learning disability. I was on RuneScape for like 12 hours.
Oh man, RuneScape, that brings me back.
I was pirating corn CDs, Mom. What do you think that I do? Why do you think a 13-year-old, like, begs to go to the library every day? Fucking free media frenzy everywhere. No supervision.
See, I wish I had...
It's like a party without alcohol. Surrounded by books.
All by yourself, too.
Having fun. No, I invited my friends over. We just sat in the corner. They had like
really?
a teen corner, or they would like shove us in a conference room if we were being too loud, but they let us hang out so that we didn't do drugs.
Man, I really wish I was as cool as you growing up.
Like a corner with computers and manga.
Damn, man, I really wish
an enabling librarian.
I wish I was... Man, I wish I was as cool as you growing up, man. Because I was a loser. I actually went to the library to read.
Although I never read at the library. I read one book, lent it to my friend, and then she stole it.
Boo. I think the two books that I had my head most buried in was the visual guide to Star Wars props and How to Draw Superman.
Oh, cool.
Those were the two books that I most frequently visited. But that was just me.
I checked out a lot of Inuyasha DVDs, brought 10 home at once, binge watched all of them, and came back to the library. Binge watching in 2002 was an experience.
Oh, I bet.
I just walked past there, and they're like, there's a limit, and I'm like, why though? You doubt how much anime I can watch in 1 week? I will pay the fines. I'm gonna binge watch every episode out of order because you don't have all the DVDs in right now.
I really hope that this is bringing back a lot of memories to our listeners. Because this movie really does like have that power to incite all of those flashbacks.
If you're older, it just takes you back.
So honestly, like anyone who's actually listening, leave us in the comments of like some of your favorite experiences of growing up watching these movies and just experiencing that kind of, weird early 2000s goth phase.
2000 to 2005 Hot Topic lifestyle.
Yeah.
I went to the promo party for Black Parade, like,
oh man,
at my mall. Like,
damn.
That is...
I had no swag, and you have all the swag with all this.
Did you even have any, like, studded bracelets?
No.
I had, like, 12 studded bracelets.
None. I never wore bracelets.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man.
With the big leather ones with the spikes on them.
Yep, nope. Never had them.
That's how you know people don't fuck with you. That and the zipper pants. I didn't have zipper pants.
Nope, it was just t-shirts and jeans for me, and my dog tags, of which I feel naked without.
I used to steal, the little clips that go in socks to keep them together?
Vaguely,
These
yes.
little metal clips. I used to steal them and put them in my ears like I had multiple piercings. When I was 11 or like 12. Late middle school.
Oh my god. I
stopped that before junior high, but that was that, fingerless gloves, and like 40 bracelets.
Damn,
black lipstick. 11-year-old me, like, dressed like Lady Gaga had sex with a shit-tier JoJo villain.
Oh my god! I hope you have pictures of this, because this sounds amazing.
Somewhere I probably do have pictures.
Oh my god!
The toe socks that I would cut the toes off and put on my arms.
Wow! yeah, seriously, folks, anyone who's listening back home, tell us some stories of like you growing up in those ages, and or just make fun of Hannah, or
just glorious.
just because it's amazing. So anyway, I think we should start the movie because this is a hell of a ride.
All right.
So for any of you folks back home, obviously you have a copy of Nightmare Before Christmas in some form.
In some form. Or you have the internet.
Yes. We're watching the Blu-ray rip, so you guys know how to keep track with us. So hope you guys got it ready back home, because we are going to hit play in 3, 2, 1. And there's the new and improved Disney logo. Again, Blu-ray release. But yeah, it's still weird to think that, this was released by Disney for the longest time, which is another reason why I question, because again, I actually might be wrong that I saw the promo on the Batman Mask of the Phantasm, because that's Warner Brothers. So maybe I saw it on an old Disney tape, because we all had Disney.
Oh yeah,
tapes
we all
growing
the
up.
Disney VHS.
So
they have this really nice. I'm mad I didn't buy it, because that would have been perfect for Halloween. They have a really nice burlap Oogie Boogie hat that they sell at Disneyland.
Sweet.
They sell the Jack and Sally stuff around the Haunted Mansion.
You know what I saw last time I went to Spirit of Halloween?
What?
I actually saw the 3 trick-or-treaters you see in the film.
Oh yeah.
They actually have like the straight-up mask for that.
Oh, that's
which is great.
Cute. If
all
you
need
friends,
is all you need is
friends.
All you need is friends and a couple of onesies, and you're good.
Oh yeah.
Good to go. So here's the opening. Oh yeah, and now this is like another big thing, because of course
the sequels we never had.
That yeah, I'm kind of glad that they don't have a sequel.
I know. But as a kid, I was like, but what's through the Easter door?
Yeah. Oh, geez. Like for Jack Skellington to cross hairs with the bunny or the Easter bunny, that'd be fucking crazy.
You have to wait to Rise of the Guardians to get that.
Yeah. But no, the one thing that I do remember is because as we all know, we all have the soundtrack. Everyone has the fucking soundtrack.
I'm jamming right now.
Yes, everyone's favorite.
Something's...
Come with us and you will see this our town of Halloween. We're gonna be singing throughout this entire damn thing.
Have you heard the Marilyn Manson cover
Oh
of this?
God,
It's
yes.
awesome.
Are you kidding me? Hell yes.
Nobody wants to hear us talk over this song.
But no, what's really fun about the soundtrack is because as we know, we all have it. The narrator at the beginning of the film, in the soundtrack, it's actually Patrick Stewart reading.
Oh wow.
But in the film, it's not. I'm trying to find out who exactly it was, because I know he's like a. I know he's
the cast from What We Do in the Shadows.
Yes. Oh, love it. Look at this. The visuals are just so like it's just dripping in German expressionism.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I believe when they were doing the set design, they were like, "Yeah, this movie is basically like we're basically animating a pop-up book."
Yeah.
Where like everything has in the opening, or Halloween Town is all just like German expressionism cranked to 11. Christmas Town is Dr. Seuss, and then the real world is just kind of flat and sort of boring. So this stuff just pops up even more. Oh, there he is.
Oh,
there he is.
The Boogie Man.
Ah, he's so scary.
Oh man.
Yeah.
What is a tender lumpling?
I don't know.
Is that flesh?
I don't actually, I believe, no, yeah. That is a reference to an Oingo Boingo song, of which Danny Elfman.
Oh, wait,
yes.
Danny Elfman worked on, because I'm always telling people, is it in Dead Man's Party? Is it in that album? That's a classic Halloween album.
I want to say yes.
Yes.
Because
that is like known as a Halloween album.
Yes. Give it up to Danny Elfman for bringing this music to life. Cause, I do remember him reading, "This was literally the easiest job in the world."
Oh, is he just?
It's just like where they were looking at the visuals and all the production design and everything. There he is. Yes. I love how his bow tie kind of pulls out. It's
Like
it
bat
is
wings.
it is a bat. No, it is a bat.
Is it actually a bat?
I'm pretty
bat?
sure like his bow tie is like a little bat.
That just sits there,
Yeah.
like in the Flintstones. Like
Yeah.
where
I guess so. Either way, it's cool. But Danny Elfman said this was like one of the easiest things ever. And I think what really made him have really fun, because, as you know, he's the singing voice to Jack Skellington.
Yes.
And the only reason why they got what's his name, Chris Sarandon. Yes, that's the only reason why they got him as the speaking role is because he sounds a lot like Elfman's singing voice.
Ah.
And he admits, like, I'm a terrible singer. So all worked out really well. Oh, the Professor, was it Finkelstein?
Yeah.
Finkelstein. Frankenstein!
It's Finkelstein!
It's Finkelstein!
Finkelstein!
Yeah, he's the one character that always
I hate
him. He's the one
Sally
character that
deserves
really.
better.
Yeah, well, I always kind of got like a weird sugar daddy relationship with them.
It's abusive whether it's parental or not.
Oh, that's true. I'm just saying, but like clearly, she's made for Jack.
Yeah.
Clearly, I mean, I'm pretty sure. I want to say,
literally she was made.
yeah,
for
like
some
a la
purpose.
Bride of Frankenstein.
Yes.
But it's
Maybe
fun.
he's just old and his kids hate him, so he made a new kid. Now she hates him. Or maybe it's a weird sugar daddy thing.
Maybe.
Who knows? But she has to poison him to sneak out.
He does that. She does that constantly, though.
I know.
It's great. I love how people are just trying to kill each other. This is a great image.
Yeah, Halloween Town's kind of a horrible town. So
It's a horrible town, but in all
they
the
like
good ways.
it,
Yes. Yeah. It's this weird. It's like a weird love.
It's a macabre
yes.
town.
Yes.
It's a better word.
But I do really love that. I feel like every goth chick could just like.
Oh, every goth chick has done Sally for Halloween at least once.
Well, it's also the fact that like when she's just like there sewing her arm back up, I feel like I don't know. That always felt like, you know, the edgy goth girl like just trying to cut herself to be cool.
Oh yeah, where you don't go in, you don't really. I mean, self-harm is a weird subject, but there was definitely the people who'd be like, "Oh yes, I'm going to scratch myself with a
butter
the dull
knife.
side of an X-Acto blade. I have little red lines where I didn't cut through my. I did that.
It's a weird culture, isn't
weird,
it?
yeah. Where it became cool, and then people tried to do it and went, "Oh no, this is a mental illness thing. That's not.
Let's not.
Let's never do that again."
I also really love that you know, Jack's whole motivation is like
he's just bored.
Yeah,
it's
like
very relatable.
Mm-hmm.
All the way through, like your teens is very much
Pumpkin
what
King.
do I need?
And
Tired of the same old thing.
Yes, but I do.
Growing up in this small town in Ohio and/or New Jersey.
Oh, everyone wants to move out of their hometown, Jack.
Yes.
That's I assure you that's
one of the shitty states where all the pop punk bands come from. It's always Ohio or New Jersey that like these punk punk bands is like, I want to run away from my hometown.
Exactly.
Never look back with my love. Like yes.
And then of course, you know,
you're from the shit states.
And then of course, you know, there's like the people that actually like keep on lamenting doing that in their 30s, but they just don't do it for reasons.
Because they have to afford checkered Vans.
Yeah.
Some of us had stick and poke Triforce tattoos to make with Sharpie marker in your mom's sewing kit, Tim. Some of us had
I do really love the moonlight, the poster image of like the weird Dr. Seuss swirl hill.
Yes.
Love it.
The swirls have become like the Tim Burton thing.
It has. Also
but it works perfectly.
Also, this is again the second major move. Well, actually, this is the second because it happens again later on, where one of the main protagonists of the film has a striped suit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because we first saw it with Beetlejuice. We see it again with Jack Skellington, and then we see it with Christopher Walken as Max Schreck in Batman Returns. And actually, that's the whole reason why Tim Burton did not direct this. Well, it's one of the two reasons. I love this, the way it just uncurls for him to walk down. I love that. But the whole reason why he didn't direct it is because he was knee deep in doing Batman Returns.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, it's also that, and he's like, I'm not gonna put up with the slow I don't want to direct in slow motion, which I totally sympathize with.
Oh yeah.
Because
motion is hard.
It takes a lot of patience, man. Like, and that's where I think Henry Selick gets all the credit. He should get all the credit for bringing it to life. Tim Burton may have imagined all of this, but Henry was the one who brought it to life.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's weird. It's Deadly Nightshade.
She's getting some witch hazel. She's gonna put some toner on that skin. Go impress Jack.
The music always creeped me out. It's the low trumpet.
Oh yeah.
Ugh. It's just gross. Love the lighting. Like the up shadows, like the Dutch lighting.
Oh yeah.
Sort of thing.
Like when you're out camping and you've got your flashlight and you
spooky
one face and you're like, woo.
I also love it's not just the lighting but the textures and all the right colors too.
Yeah.
It's the colors and textures that also really just like, oh god, it's his mouth that's so unpleasant.
It's like gross little duck mouth, but it's not a beak because it's just got people teeth in it.
Well, and they're like most of them are missing, and
the ones that are there are just realistic.
He does have a duck mouth.
Yeah, he's got a duck mouth.
It's like a really
gross.
Ew. Oh, Zero. Everyone loves Zero. Have you ever seen that one theory that Tim Burton's like weird goth stop motion movies are just happening in reverse?
Yeah, because Zero's this little dog in Nightmare Before Christmas, but there's a skeleton dog in Corpse Bride.
Yes.
And then I think there's a live dog in another movie.
In Frankenweenie.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's literally Frankenweenie is Jack Skellington as a little kid. Corpse Bride is him all grown up, and then this is him long dead.
Oh yeah.
So
the dog, because there's no connection between. I think the main characters are pretty distinct.
Mm-hmm. Well, you mean it's the same like.
By distinct,
tail.
I mean the main characters of Corpse Bride is very forgettable. Victor.
Yeah, I think I fell asleep watching it, but that was because it was a weird Halloween and it was kind of late.
It's a good movie, but the main character and his love interest are boring, and their names are Victor and Victoria, and they wear beige. And they're just kind of the everyman for you to meet Emily, the Corpse Bride, who's awesome.
Gotcha. Did you ever see Frankenweenie? I have not.
No, I have not.
I need to see that then. That's gonna have to be.
I didn't see it coming out
list.
in any theaters or anything, and I was like, oh, if I see this online, I see it. And
I think it was between that and I think it was that and Paranorman came out around the same time.
Paranorman's good.
Now that one I did see, and it's way better than it has any right to be. But
I love
the mayor. I think Honest Trailers pointed out like when they put their and starring when they showed this guy, they called him a two-faced politician. Oh, I see what you did there.
Oh, I bet that's intentional.
That's got to be. Like, come on.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's actually subtle to the point when it's like you don't notice it until someone points it out. I'm like, God damn it.
Sometimes when you're a kid and they throw in jokes for the adults, you're like, you know that they're throwing in a joke for the adults, and you like look at your mom and you're like, who's David Hasselhoff? I don't understand the last 5 minutes of this fucking movie.
Oh, there are the weird doors.
What if he went through St. Patrick's Day?
He would have got wasted. Just
He
wasted.
would have just added activated charcoal to all the beer and made it black and shit.
And you know what else? He probably would have been taking notes from the leprechauns to play little tricks on people.
Oh my god, actually, he would have just had a blast. It wouldn't have been different enough for him.
Yeah, you know what? You're probably right, because let's be honest, every single fucking, like, millennial now gets totally wasted on Halloween night.
On Halloween night.
Like, Halloween night is just a night to get blasted and maybe get lucky while dressing up with a bunch of spooky things and spooky friends. Like, that's just what we do, you know?
Yeah. I'm getting a little old for it. I need to find a new because I can't trick-or-treat anymore.
Yeah.
And drinking is really fun, but I'm at the age where the hangover is worse than the drinking is good.
Very true.
After, like, my second glass of wine, I'm like, I need to have water in between now. So I'm an old-ass lady.
And, of course, now the
I love
yes.
it.
This
the
is...
fuck? The
no,
fuck? The fuck is in the...
this is...
Fine.
This is what everyone listens to at Christmas. Like... And that's the ingenious thing about... Oh, I love this. Poof. Poof.
Is that it's like a trans holiday special. Like,
well,
you can watch it throughout.
Well, because the thing is, like, do you know what this was originally inspired by? Like, Tim Burton's original poem. Do you know what it was actually inspired by?
No.
When he was... I think it was back in the 80s.
The fuck? The fuck? There's color everywhere.
Yeah.
The fuck? There's white things in there.
Yeah. I must be dreaming. Wake up, Jack. This isn't fair. What's this?
The fuck?
But he was actually in a department store looking around in between, like around Thanksgiving time, and they still had some Halloween stuff, but they also had Christmas stuff because, as you know, it's always too fucking early. And he was just kind of staring at it for a long time and just imagining a whimsical like interaction between the two in like a department store when it closes.
So it's probably like a Toy Story thing in his mind when they first conceptualized.
At the very beginning, yeah.
Like
but,
that second he was in the department store.
And then it kind of evolved into a poem where it was like taking inspiration from, you know, the rank. What was it? How the Grinch Stole Christmas. 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, and what was it? Rudolph all the Rankin Bass movies.
Oh yeah.
And you can obviously see that they're, especially in this section, you can see a little bit of Rankin Bass in there.
Even especially just because stop motion is such a rare medium.
Yes.
And that's what I think of when I think of stop motion is those old Christmas movies.
Because honestly, you know what I think? Because when they decided to finally do it as a stop motion movie, I bet they were looking a lot of the old Rankin Bass movies, and they're like, we're going to do this, but better.
2 network TV shows that you do like cheap live action that I've seen because it's a Christmas special, them do a stop motion episode.
Yeah.
Because that's just that iconic. I think of the Community, and then I think of the short, very brutal, very violent Always Sunny in Philadelphia Christmas episode. Where they just disembowel like a cute little
I've seen
stop
them.
motion
I
Frank.
think also they parodied that in one of the Fairly Odd Parents episodes when I was growing up.
Did they do a full stop motion?
Yeah, it was full stop motion, like for like a minute and a half worth, but it was there. And then of course now we have, you know, guys like Robot Chicken doing this constantly.
Oh yeah.
But you know, for '93, this is really amazing.
Oh yeah.
Because
Robot Chicken's a comedy, so they can get away with using just toys and not having to be perfect on the aesthetic because they're funny as fuck.
Yes.
And that's what we care about.
Yes. Whereas these
I would
guys
not call them the pinnacle of stop motion animation as an art.
No, for that is probably like the modern like stuff that we've seen with Coraline, Paranorman.
Stunning.
But this was definitely the whole reason those movies were made in the first place.
Oh yeah. And that's why they're all kind of that same genre.
Yeah, and because I remember when they were trying to.
Oh wait, was
yes.
James and the Giant Peach before this though?
Ooh, that's actually a good question. I'm gonna look it up because
Yeah.
that's a really good question. That's a really good question. I'm gonna look it up, but I do remember that.
So that's why I pin Roald Dahl as kind of a children's, not horror, but it's uncanny, it's gross, it's creepy. I love all of his stuff.
No, this James and the Giants Pete, which was after this.
Was after this.
Yes,
okay.
that was '96.
So that was
Also
cashing in on the success of Nightmare.
That had to have been because they saw that and they were looking at the box office numbers and they're like, "Quick, throw something together, quick!"
Oh,
yeah. But they had a hard time selling this because they were like, "This is too weird" and whatnot. But eventually, I think because this was like in his head since like the '80s.
Oh yeah.
And they were like, Disney was finally like, well, we still kind of have the rights to this. Let's get a director. Let's get Tim Burton involved, and let's make it. Yeah. And by God, they sure as hell did. Wormswort.
And it's very sad that these sort of, I'm gonna say like juvenile fiction genre stuff are really risky marketing wise.
Yeah.
Like most people want to aim for like a young audience or
Yep.
an adult audience.
Yeah.
Because a 12-year-old will see something that's geared towards an 18-year-old because it'll make them feel grown up. They won't get it all the way. Trying to make something that's geared for a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
And that's what this is.
Yes.
It's not for kids, but it's not necessarily for grown-ups. It's for those, like, early teens.
Eat it. Eat it. Nothing's more suspicious than frog breath.
It's like when you flavor your coffee with, like, almond milk to, like, disguise the fact that you put cyanide in it, and then they smell the almonds and they're like, bitch, I know. Does that happen to you? It's like, yeah.
Come on. Have a little, like, at least try. But, I really love that shot. Because there's a couple of shots in this movie where they actually do make it live action 24 frames a second.
Oh.
Yeah. I think, I forget which ones. I know one of them when Oogie Boogie's bugs are pouring in.
Oh, yeah.
There's
Is that why
one
that's so visceral?
I
That they
think
do
so.
24 frames a second?
Yeah, not like the weird movements, the what I call hyper real movements of stop motion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've always kind of felt that it always was. Oh, Jack's back. He's had a grand old time.
He's had a grand old midlife crisis in Christmas Town.
But going back to like the Rankin Bass stuff, they actually didn't want to do it as a feature film.
Yeah.
They were thinking because there were so many chock full of like creative ideas, as with most Tim Burton movies are.
Yeah.
They were actually considering making this like like an independent Christmas film TV movie.
Oh.
You know,
okay.
sort of like Charlie Brown Christmas in that sort of way, where it's a movie, but it's a little bit more low key. It's on TV and not the theaters or whatnot. But they also even considered doing it as like a children's pop-up book.
Oh yeah.
Which I'm sure, like, now that this movie has gotten so successful, that's got to be a thing somewhere.
Oh, it would sell for sure, but pop-up books don't remain in the memory of the pop culture. Like, everybody would have bought it for
unless
1 year.
it's the Babadook.
A gay icon.
That shit's
Have
fucking
you seen the
crazy.
fucking new Robot Chicken with the queer eye guys who go and make over the Babadook?
I don't think so.
And he's like, give me the boy, and he's like, don't worry. You will be crawling with boys once you're done. Bring me the boy. He's got this nice haircut and like this like button-up form-fitting outfit, and he's just like, give me the boy.
Babadook needs to cameo in a sequel to this if they ever really do.
Oh, Babadook.
Because honestly,
he showed up in What We Do in the Shadows.
oh, he did. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. For like 1 second, that was great. Yes, that was good.
And then Applebee's ripped off the What We Do in the Shadows poster with their drink.
Yeah.
Have you seen it? It's purple and it's got the glow-in-the-dark teeth, and it's like, that reminds me of a certain Amazon Prime image that I see when I go to watch it.
Applebee's, are you really trying to like appease to our taste?
It did. I tried to go to the Applebee's on Reed Hartman, but it was closed down. I got really mad because I wanted a $1 drink that had a glow-in-the-dark vampire fang for free in it. Like, I was like, yes, give me a shitty low-alcohol margarita, please.
Applebee's, one campaign that actually was successful to a millennial.
But you're already dead.
And it's dead.
I'm not going to drive more than 5 minutes to find an Applebee's.
Nope. No way. Because besides, they're a bunch of rip-off artists. Anyway.
Well, they're mostly like, do you like frozen food from the Walmart freezer section? But do you hate cleaning up your kitchen? Why not go to Applebee's?
And paying way too much for it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, way too much.
Yeah. And pay 3 times as much, and we'll microwave it for you, and we'll serve it, and then you won't have to clean your kitchen.
I also really love how Jack's trying...
I almost died in an Applebee's once.
Really?
When I was 5, I choked on a mozzarella stick. And then I pulled it out of my throat, but it got stuck because the mozzarella kept stretching. And I was just sat there like this, unable to breathe.
Just pulling it completely out of the throat, like Matrix style.
Yeah. And then I finally got out, and I was like, Mom, I choked. She just looked at me like...
You had a weird childhood, you know that?
I loved Applebee's as a kid. Because I went to Applebee's once. It was the first time I ever had mozzarella sticks. And I didn't love Applebee's. I loved mozzarella sticks. Mm-hmm. As you can see, that I almost died for them. I thought they were the only place that had them. And so I always wanted to go to Applebee's until my mom bought frozen mozzarella sticks, and then I was over Applebee's forever.
Thank God. Sandy Claus. I love how they spell claws.
I think it's literally what Jack thinks it is.
No, he has to, because that feels just so spooky and so whimsical and fun.
Yeah,
I just
he
love
hears
it.
Santa Claus and he's like, what sort of claws do you have?
What
Sandy Claus?
What kind of claws does he have? And I really love the fact that he's like doing research and calculations about this. Like, what does it mean? What does it mean? He is Charlie Day. The Charlie Day meme. He is the
Pepe Sylvia in the
Yes.
background. It's like, what's this? Carol in HR? Christmas carols?
Rudolph.
Sandy Claus?
Elves.
Elves? Leprechaun in the basement?
Forced labor. Like, what is going on? What does it
He's
all
smoking
mean?
like 5 cigarettes. He's like, Sally. Okay, Sally, listen. Listen. I get all the mail. And it's all addressed to the North Pole. But guess what? There's no address on it. So I call Carol in HR and I go, Carol! And there's no Christmas Carol in HR.
Oh, being put in the box
Oh, boo.
and locking her in like it looks like the Batman vault. It looks like the Batsuit vault.
No way.
Get an
No,
aspirin.
she wouldn't.
You're a doctor. Get an aspirin.
You're a doctor. Deal with it.
You're a doctor. Deal with it.
I like how usually we provide like interesting insight and backstory to this, but
Yeah.
we're just talking about our cringy like 2000 era lives.
Well, it's mostly you. Remember,
Mostly me.
because remember, I was a very, very late bloomer. Like,
Oh yeah.
by the time, because I entered into high school in 2007, and that was the first public school that I went to. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, it was crazy because like the biggest class that I knew before that was like 23 kids.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then I just jumped into a class of like 400. It was a crazy culture shock, and it's honestly the reason why I really hated looking back at high school, because I'm like, this is a weird transitional period. I'm just gonna put my head down and wait for the 4-year timer to go up.
Oh yeah. My experience was more like put your head down and figure out a way to make Sharpie markers stay on your nails for more than 2 hours. I'm just listing things that I did in 2005.
We gotta I gotta have you give me some like spooky
Well, the trick is to put white out on your nails first and then color the white out with a black Sharpie. You put black Sharpie directly on your nails, they just stain everything and wear off. Now, lipstick Sharpie will stay on your lips forever, but you'll get a weird high and you'll have chapped lips for the next 2 days. And they'll send you to the office and you won't be able to wash it off.
Doing teddy bear dissection.
And don't even fuck with it as eyeliner, because I tried that once and it burns.
Oh God, no! You know, I literally
My
look.
mom wouldn't let me wear black makeup.
Look,
you know? I had to improvise with school supplies.
Look, I will just settle for you.
I was 10 and angry.
Look, I will just settle for you doing some spooky Sharpie tattoos on me.
Oh, absolutely.
That's totally fine
Yes.
at this point. I'll be cool with that, but otherwise,
Yes.
I'll pass on all the rest of the stuff. If I'm gonna get my nails painted like a super emo goth, then I'll do it the right way.
You'll go to a proper manicurist and
That's right.
get those cuticles pushed back.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, what is she making again? Oh, yeah, that's right. She's making a cute little basket to send Jack.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is where she sings her sad song.
Not
Like a
not just
goth
about.
Rapunzel.
Oh wait, no. This is the part where she throws herself out a window. Hey kids, you want to be like Sally?
Really?
Throw yourself out a window. You'll be fine. You can just stitch yourself back up together.
Yeet.
Yeet. Oh, yeah. Here's the point where she just yeet. Ah, she's fine. She's fine. See, kids.
You watch that, and if you watch that when you're old enough, like if you're 12 or 13, you think for a second she's killed herself.
Mm-hmm. I think I remember seeing this for the first time. I'm like, wait. I know she's dead, but is she like dead? But no, she literally just
Oh
like.
yeah, you think like, oh, she felt so trapped that she threw herself outside the window. No.
And then
And
you're like,
everybody under the age of 10 knows she's alive.
well, yeah, because she's a spooky ghost thing.
Mhm.
Like she's a spooky Bride of Frankenstein with a potato sack.
But I remember being like 13 and like.
Can we just acknowledge that Sally rocks the potato sack dress just as good, if not better, than Marilyn Monroe?
Girls can't wear potato sacks. Marilyn and Sally have to like.
No!
I think that if I were like a manufacturer of like burlap clothing, I would just play this movie in my store over, and she's like, Pepe Sylvia, exactly. There's Minnie Moose above the Christmas.
Oh yeah, there is. Wait, was there a Minnie Moose? I missed it.
Yeah, the little reindeer.
Oh well, you know how Zero has that resemblance to a reindeer with the little light on his
red
nose.
Yeah.
That's actually not a red nose. Upon closer inspection, you tend to realize, and I understand that it's really hard for like VHSs and whatnot. But if you look close enough, Zero's nose is not a little red dot like Rudolph. It's actually a little tiny jack-o'-lantern.
What?
Yeah.
That's so cute.
It's adorable, actually.
Yeah, I've never had this on DVD or like paused it. In the past couple years, I've put this on at parties instead of like
sitting down and
watching where I could stop and.
I think this is a movie that both of us like. When this is all over, we really do need to. Oh, I really love this.
Watch it carefully because it's just been in my consciousness for so long that I've kind of let it white noise for a bit.
Yeah, which is no, it's oh shit. But yeah, because honestly, like this is a movie that really invites the eye to go in and look at all the tiny little crooks and crannies and little Easter eggs and details that they hidden throughout in this movie. Because you can tell they've really just gone nuts with it. But what you can see in the shadows, oh, I love that.
Oh, they walk around as the sun rises.
But yeah, it's one of those movies where, because I think even Roger Ebert's original review is like, this movie is kind of like Star Wars in the fact that it's so visually unique and so new and original that you just kind of want to watch it first for the story, and then you watch it again and you look at for all the tiny little details and just kind of appreciate all the craft that went into it.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Like here they've textured the windows and made them look like musty or cracked or spiderweb covers.
Yeah, they've got little spider webs and they add like little textures of dust, which, by the way, dust is a stop motion animator's worst nightmare.
Oh yeah.
Ever. Like, I think one of the best ways I can articulate it is if you've ever seen the Robot Chicken sketch where the Emperor gets the call from Darth Vader where the Death Star's blown up.
Yes.
If you honestly, because I see it every time I watch it, because it's such a static shot of the desk and him taking the call.
Yeah.
You can see the dust shift as it
yeah.
progresses. So dust is, and again, it works for Robot Chicken because they're like lowbrow kind of.
They're supposed to be cheap. It's a sketch. Nobody's gonna say this ruins the authorship of Robot Chicken's grand artistic intention.
Exactly, but when
to make fun of Darth Vader's dick or whatever.
But when you're doing this kind of professional shit where you really want it to shine, dust is your worst enemy. Like animating these things, because these take days to edit, just to do. So you can imagine like trying to get a weird like layer of dust, but not. I
feel like it's all drawn on. I feel like you see like a lot of.
It does. It almost does feel like it could be a 2D animation in going in the realm of like How the Grinch Stole Christmas with that. Just if Dr. Seuss had
that storybook very hand drawn, where you get the watercolors or the inking.
I'm just thinking if Dr. Seuss had a baby with Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh yeah.
Like that's what I feel like the especially you know what that really. Oh, I love his laugh. The laugh is great. Eureka!
I like the electric chair.
Yes. But you're right. You know what? Tim Burton is the unholy birthing child of Edgar Allan Poe and Dr. Seuss.
Yes.
He really is. Now that the more that I think about it, that's great. I love that. Dr. Beetlestein. Oh, I wonder if that's like a weird cousin of Beetlejuice.
Beetlestein.
Maybe. I don't know, but that's and of course this is This is where everyone tries to make. I love what their idea of a cute little toy for a kid would be.
Oh, it's like the baby's not crying.
Yeah.
That's not a good baby.
Make it more.
Baby scream.
Can you make reindeer fly? I love just, and also the science that he applies
that
to
everyone supports him.
Well, he is the Pumpkin King,
Yeah.
so it's kind of his own
It's
area.
mandatory, but
But it's just, I love how it's them just working so against their own nature, you know?
yeah, that's what it's about. It's about trying something new and growing from it.
Yes.
And then becoming a better version of yourself than you were before.
Also realizing where realizing where you truly belong is by going to somewhere that you haven't gone.
Yeah,
You know?
leaving your comfort zone.
Exactly.
Do something that scares you every day.
Or, well, I mean, not in Jack's case. I think it's just him, like, he's
Yeah.
trying to break the mold and try to be something different when he realizes at the end of the day, like, no, this is what I was made for. Like,
Yeah.
this is who I am, and I should embrace it.
Mm-hmm.
This is all about...
But you have to reach out away from who you are in order to kind of realize that.
True.
If you stay in and watch the same shows every day, then you kind
It gets stale.
Yeah.
It really does. But now that the more I think about it, it's the message is, kids, stay in your hometown because there's literally nothing better.
No.
No. That's a bad way to spin
Have you seen the
it.
text post where it was like
You know what?
country music? I'm gonna live and die in my hometown. Smiley face. Pop punk emo. I'm gonna live and die in my hometown. Brownie face.
You know, I think that would be a really great way to badly explain the movie.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen those posts? Badly explain a movie in a
Badly
sentence.
explain a movie. I'm gonna live and die in my home. Emo kid tries to leave his hometown and tries something new and realizes that he was where he was the entire time.
Oh, I love this song. Because it's also the organ that plays.
Sandy Claus.
Yes. Because also, I just love how, because when you really break it down in the lyrics.
Brutal.
Well, yeah, when you break down the lyrics of what they want to do to this guy.
Throw him in a
box.
Bury
Bury
him
him
for
for 90 years,
years, then
see if he talks. But yeah, the shit that they talk about doing to him is like, when you actually listen to the lyrics, it's like, holy shit, is this
You're
real?
like, Jack, no, you've hired the wrong people.
You really have. Like, dude, like they want to bury him for 90 years and just to see if he talks.
Jack's like, hey, can you kidnap this guy so I can do his job for a day? Like, just, I don't know, tie him up, give him some, like, cartoons or something. And the kid's like, let's torture this fucker.
Like, Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
And of course, they even think about blowing him up and just killing him.
Just kill him.
Like, what the hell?
Jack can get Christmas forever.
Tie him in a bag, throw him in the ocean, and see if he is sad.
What do you think?
And of course, I really do. But I do.
And that spider thing died.
Yeah, they just are.
Kids are fucked up.
Right?
Oh man.
And I do love the bathtub that walks.
Oh man.
Where have I seen that before? I feel like I've seen that somewhere before.
I mean, I don't know. The thing I'm thinking of, you would never know because it's an obscure PC game.
Oh, do tell.
Nightmare Ned. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Okay, so it's an obscure PC game about this kid who falls asleep and is in nightmare land. He's in like a nightmare version of a school, a nightmare version of like just bathrooms, like the concept of bathrooms. And the concept of bathrooms level is my favorite because you have to jump from bathtub to bathtub while rats scamper along the ceiling trying to drop like
Oh man.
toasters and shit on you while singing this like death tango song about electrocuting you to death.
See, now I feel like this movie influenced that.
No,
like,
it
hardcore.
absolutely is. Even like the starting level is like, oh, you're in a room with a bunch of doors. Which door do you jump through? But it's it's like an old video game, so it's really hard to beat.
I don't know what. Maybe was that in Vincent at all? Have you ever seen Vincent?
No.
It was the short film that by Tim Burton in his college years, and it was actually stop motion.
Oh.
And honestly, if you look at it, like, dude, for real, like you're like this whole visual style lends itself to that because Vincent really feels like he looks like Corpse Bride, but just like a tiny little kid on a tiny body.
Yeah. You know what else I think took from this artistic style?
What's
Do
that?
you remember a series of unfortunate events?
Oh my God, he's totally.
Like, if you look at the covers of those books, the shows and movies they've influenced.
Totally.
Yeah.
Even even to a certain extent, the film adaptation with Jim Carrey. Yeah. Because I know Bo Welch, who actually did the production design on Beetlejuice, did that one.
Oh, you said it a third time. You said it 3 times in the podcast, too.
Hey, what's happening?
Oh,
I'm
so
here.
you summoned him. What did you do?
I'm here to exercise. I work. I can't do Beetlejuice.
You can't do it?
I can't do it.
Not even for the bit? You lazy asshole.
It's been a long week, honestly. But, yeah, no, that's like another big thing about Tim Burton, because like his very first film was the short film called Vincent and it was literally every Tim Burtonism before Tim Burtonisms were a thing.
Yeah.
So that's yeah, a lot of things coming back. Oh, I love this. There's the Easter Bunny. That's not Santa Claus. It'd actually be really funny if they did capture a leprechaun.
Oh.
And they just throw it out and like, no, that's supposed to be good luck.
Oh man, if that was the scene, then I would have like multiple like It's Always Sunny panels to put next to. Charlie, that's just a little person. Then why is he dressed like a leprechaun? Because it's St. Patrick's Day, you fuckers. That's what a leprechaun would say.
That was one of the most dumb episodes ever.
When they walk in and he's doing the scene from Reservoir Dogs.
Yes, yeah.
That's my favorite bit. When he's like gonna cut his ear.
Oh my God, that was so great.
What's your favorite holiday episode of that show?
Oh, I can't. It's always, I haven't seen enough of it to actually say, but like. Oh, yeah, I love it. Mister, you prank.
I like the Valentine's Day one where Mac buys Dennis a rocket launcher. It's the first time he's ever gotten a Valentine's Day present.
Ah, yes. I love that thing. The days to Halloween and they change it to Christmas.
That's me. Like
pretty much
on November 1st.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't take down any of my decorations.
Just
kind
of
shopping.
Yep. Oh, yes, making Christmas. Making Christmas. Yes. Making Christmas. Making Christmas is so fine. It's ours this time, and won't the children be surprised?
Like you know shit's going wrong.
Love it. Okay, so this...
I love them fucking up the toys.
It's so dark. Making Christmas.
Making Christmas.
But the organ and everything. The organ's always just
Danny
so much fun.
Elfman's got a really distinct style of music.
Yes. This is probably one of his fun. Hey, check it out. It's the penguin from Batman Returns.
Oh God.
Like, that shit, like a lot of these weird Tim Burtonism things come back as horrifying toys.
Oh,
it's great.
Man. I like this guy.
Yes.
He's weird.
And they're just like whipping this shit into shape. I love it. Okay, this is seriously the very first song that I play anytime I'm putting up Christmas decorations. Every year it has to be this. That and Bob Rivers' really great Christmas parody album. What was it? Twisted Christmas. Yeah.
Oh, is that the one where they have the jingle bells where they're like woo, and they make the weird noises?
No, actually, it's like
I feel like that's from Twisted Christmas.
There's like the 12 Pains of Christmas. We wish you weren't living with us.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, now I know what album you're talking about.
That's a really wonderful one. Or I Am Santa Claus, which is like a parody of Iron Man.
I am Sandy Claus.
A bat in place of this old rat. No, that's all wrong. This will never make a present. It's been dead for far too long. Try something fresher, something pleasant. Try again, don't give up.
Stuck to the mud, man.
Yep, and then of course this is really great. Oh man, like it blows my mind because I know that's a composite shot. That has to have been the way the camera moves and everything. It feels like such a composite thing. And then this is always great. I love the shadows in the background. They still have 1 foot in German expressionism.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's really great stuff, man. Oh yeah, and there's the live action fire.
Hey.
Yeah. Oh, of course, yes.
And just
the creepy
juxtaposition is great.
the creepy organ as he brings the reindeer to life. I love it.
Life, give my creature life.
Yes.
I love the juxtaposition.
Yes.
What do you call it? The transitions.
Yes, the transitions, and also how the music shifts from like a very harp-like, bell-like tone to an evil organ.
Yes. That's one of my favorite things in musicals is when they do two versions of the same song.
Yes.
Maybe very similar lyrics.
But here they just
different context.
Oh, hey, check it out. It's the sandworm from Beetlejuice.
Hey!
Another Beetlejuice cameo. It's great. And yeah, again, look at that. Just like the kids and then the coffin. I actually do love the fact that his sled has a coffin on it.
Oh, I love it.
It's so much fun. La la la, it's almost here and we can't wait. So ring the bells and celebrate. 'Cause when the full moon starts to climb, we'll all sing out,
It's Christmas time!
I love that laugh.
I love when it's too foggy for him to fly. And he gets his little ghost dog.
Yes.
Oh no.
But his laugh is just so cute. Just
oh no. Sandy Claus.
Yep, checking who's naughty and who's nice. That's the other thing. Okay, so Santa Claus and I believe there was like one adult, but otherwise their faces are all cut off like a la Charlie Brown. So isn't that weird? Like Santa Claus is the only one that you see his full face as an adult.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think the other scenes you're focusing on children.
Yeah.
And when you're showing the parents, you want both the camera to be focused on the kid and maybe to have,
Yeah.
you know.
But it does call back to that, very traditional Charlie Brown classic holiday sort of storytelling,
Oh yeah.
I do love the outfit and
I
how his beard hangs down.
Yeah, around his chin. Because he doesn't have a face.
See, now for every Christmas... it would be really great if there was a...
when you lose weight, but you're too poor to buy new clothes yet, so you just look like this for a while.
Okay, you know what? I have a new proposition for Hot Topic. As we know, like, Hot Topic is... This movie funded pretty much, like, half of Hot Topic's income.
It was pretty much this and Invader Zim for a while.
But even to this day...
And before that, they sold stuff about music. I don't remember them actually caring about that. That was the back of the story that I didn't go to.
But to this day, literally, this song is all about... It literally just gave Hot Topic all the magic bullets to sell. But you know what would be a really great promo for
just
this?
sell wrapping paper with this
better. Okay, so
just
as
have him show up in the Hot Topic and run
close,
their Black Friday sale
just
or
about
something?
close, because what I was going to do is, as you know, there's always a Hot Topic in every mall.
Yeah.
Get a Jack Skellington to be Santa at the mall instead of the regular Santa.
Yes, if there was a Jack Skellington in the Hot Topic.
Yes.
Get some, like, bony ass dude.
Yes.
To just sit there and, like...
And terrify the little children.
Yes! And that'd be great for, like, when you're, like, 7 or 8 and you don't believe in Santa anymore, but maybe you have younger siblings who do, or you think it's fun to still pretend to believe in Santa, or still write the letters. Like, I kept writing letters to Santa after I stopped believing in him, because it was fun to do. It was part of Christmas. If you're like that, anywhere between 7 and 18, really.
Yeah.
Like, ironic older kid who still wants to partake in the joy, but doesn't mind the magic of it getting ruined a little bit.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect.
Just have Jack Skellington.
Like if you were like 10 and you're like, oh, that's cool.
Like, the mall will have their own, like, standard Santa display and whatnot for the, the regular people. And then right outside the Hot Topic is for all the weirdies.
For all the weirdies, yes. Have an anti-Santa.
Yes. Maybe have, like, an Oogie Boogie, like, playing around in the background that just, like, when you're taking a picture... just comes around the corner, photobombs you, and then right after the picture, just comes out and goes,
There's too many employees. It's not Disney World. I can't afford that.
But it'd be fun.
It would be fun.
Honestly, like, if they just start with Jack Skellington's Sandy Claus and just kind of start rolling with that, I bet they could make a bazillion.
Shit.
Yes. This is where they go a little bit witch doctor-y.
Oh,
almost.
yeah.
Like it feels.
Well, he's got this like New Orleans blues voice.
Yes,
too,
yes, he
to it.
does. Because I think
You
they're
got the gambling, and you've got
the crazy like
the skeletons.
yes, it feels very New Orleans
Oh.
Day of the Dead. But I think that his main inspiration was an early cartoon of Cab Calloway singing Minnie the Moocher, where they
Oh yeah.
he's singing Minnie the Moocher, and they animate him into a walrus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they were looking at that and like, that's gonna be Oogie Boogie, except he's gonna be a spooky like
Sandbag, dude.
yeah, filled with bugs. And
Oh.
just coming out of his eyes and mouth and everything.
Yeah, I think I didn't like that the centipedes crawled into
Oh, the
Santa's
snake
beard
tongue?
and stuff.
The snake tongue, like, yeah.
Those guys, those skeletons are
Yes.
actually in the Dead Man's Party.
Oh,
music
right
video.
on.
Yeah, if you
Right
watch
on.
it, you'll recognize
Oh.
those dudes.
Yeah. God, so yeah, this really was the nightmare fuel.
Yeah. This
For-
scared the shit out of me as like a little baby.
I forget exactly, like, because I know I've seen this.
Blacklight was is weird looking too.
Yeah, it is. Oh my God, can you imagine those poor animators with this kind of lighting and trying to keep it consistent?
Oh yeah.
Dude, because I mean, it's one thing
You
to
sneeze and then the whole thing lights.
well, see, it's one. I mean, it's one thing to like you know, run your lighting calculations and you know, get all your bearings and whatnot with regular lights, but to add a whole bunch of black lights, like that just makes it so much worse and 10 times much more of a headache.
Oh yeah.
But oh man, does it really sing? And Santa Claus is just, oh, he's just having the worst. He's just having a really bad Christmas Eve, isn't he?
Oh yeah.
Guy works one
One night a year, and it's
and I'm stuck with the fucking spoopy scarecrow filled with bugs.
why do you do this to me?
Why? And the kids are just eating it up, little shitbags. But now here comes the great launch where Jack's about to make his big entrance to go on out. Oh yeah, that's right. This is where Sally tries to make it too foggy for him to leap off because she's the voice of conscience. Gotta have a voice of reason. I love that. That's great. But unfortunately, Sally should have read the book Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, because Sally, look, I know you're trying to keep him grounded, but you're just playing into the myths.
He researched for this.
Yeah, he researched.
Also, I just researched and I was wrong because I saw those skeletons in a thumbnail for a YouTube video based off Oingo Boingo's Dead Man's Party. I don't watch a lot of music videos, I'm sorry. I clicked on it and it is a fan animation. So I'm mad that I thought they were in the background of the actual music video. But that is an album that Danny Elfman worked on.
Yeah, which
so
makes...
I'm not surprised there's a fan animation.
Well,
with
I mean, it would
this
only
and
make
Corpse
sense.
Bride and
Yeah.
everything. No, now I'm disappointed that my fact was wrong.
This fog is
Yelling
thick.
brains.
No, thick. It's
Thick.
thick.
No one's thick in Halloween Town. They all look like they're part of an emo band.
Well, I mean, you could argue the mayor and Oogie Boogie are, but
Okay, Oogie Boogie's thick.
he's thick, but unfortunately, he's just such a he is the bad guy.
Yeah.
He is the baddest guy, so he's not the cool thick.
Nah.
Like Jack.
And he's chunky too. It's not it's not in the right places.
Yeah.
He needs to do some squats, you know. get that oogie where it needs to boogie. Like
Get some thighs.
get some thighs, do some squats,
Have
buy a little
Sally-
shapewear. That Sally could be thick if she wanted to.
If she wanted to, that's very true. But
Yeah.
to be fair, I think she just goes with the thin skeletal look for
Because
her.
it lets her sneak out easy.
Well, it's also because, you know, it's kind of, she's modeling herself after Jack Skellington, whom she looks up to and whatnot.
Yeah.
And of course, we have this wonderful song. But
This
Which-
is the sad song I've been waiting for.
yes. And of course, you remember who plays Sally, right?
No.
Catherine O'Hara.
Really?
Another Beetlejuice alumni. Yeah, she's- But yeah, I do.
And you've said it 3 times again. This is the second time you've said it 3 times in a row.
3 times summons him, 3 times gets him away.
Oh, okay, so you chased him away.
So it's all good.
Perfect.
It's all good. I can't say it anymore. I'll just say that Tim Burton movie that he did with Michael Keaton.
Have you ever seen Community all the way through?
No.
There's a long-running gag they do where they say Beetlejuice 3 times throughout the first 3 seasons.
Yeah.
And the third time they say it, if you look in the background during the Halloween episode, he's like behind like
Oh shit.
the cast.
Oh shit. That's
Somebody
great.
dressed in a costume walks by.
That's great. Okay, so so you've obviously lived through like a lot of the emo stuff and just did all the cringy stuff.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever sing to this song in a graveyard?
No.
See, now because I know for Halloween, like, just because things are going to be really crazy for me at the end of the year, we're just going to have like a little my girlfriend and I are going to have a picnic out in the graveyard, like a couple of awesome goth kids, just yeah. And of course you're going to be there, but I'll just play this song for you and you can just kind of sing along and dance out that.
Yeah.
Just cross that off the bucket list, you know, because I feel like
I didn't start actually walking around in graveyards until I was like in my 20s.
Oh really?
They're just nice and peaceful, and as long as you can be respectful, they're kind of like parks that are in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
They're just nice.
Yeah. They're just a really great place to kind of chill.
Yeah.
Or if you were in the 80s, get naked
And stand on top of a grave.
and dance
to make love till we die.
That's
yes.
right. Yes.
Well, that would be trashy.
I see what you did there. Oh, this is one of my favorite bits in the whole movie.
Oh, he's so cute. He's so pure.
Yes, I love it. Like, and I love how the camera moves like that, where you can actually follow what the airplane motion that he's doing.
Like Danny in The Shining.
And he kind of is, isn't he? Minus the tricycle. They should have had a kid with a tricycle.
Oh man!
Come on, like that would have been so easy.
Adults.
Yes, that would have been great.
Mm-hmm.
But I do love this. He's like, I got a little brush. I got you a little gift. This is the part that scarred me for life. Forever.
Oh my gosh, this is the scene.
I love this. This
parents walking,
and this
like,
still
what
kind of
you
freaks
got
me
there,
out.
Sweetie?
Yes, it's just the way it's all set up.
Oh, and the mom's.
That shot freaked me out so much as a kid. It's the whole reason why I didn't watch this until like high school.
You're right though. Like you can't see the mayor's face. The mom's even in that like house coat that you see women wear in like old Looney Tunes.
And of course the dad's
like she
in
looks like
his
she's
bathrobe.
about to beat Sylvester the cat or something.
And of course the dad is in his bathrobe and everything, just like every other thing. But I love the silhouette.
Oh man. It's like you're waiting for something terrible to happen to her.
Oh
god.
It's so scary.
He's just trying to be nice. It's the worst.
Stop being so nice. Oh, I actually do love what the snake does to the tree. It's so great. Oh boy. Oh goody. Toy. I love you. I'm gonna kill you. Dude, actually, you know what? Just put Chucky in this movie.
Oh man.
He would do a Chucky, wouldn't he? Yeah, I can actually see Jack Skellington giving away like an actual cursed Chucky doll.
Oh yeah.
That'd be a great crossover, actually. I'm not gonna lie. The bats. No, it's that. The kid's just like terrified and just like doesn't know what to do. And of course, everyone's just locking everything up. I love it.
Let me give you gifts.
Turns up the fire. I love it. Now, see, there was actually a similar concept, I believe, in a Fairly Odd Parents episode where Timmy wishes that it was Christmas every day.
Yeah.
But by like after 2 months have gone by, people are sick of Christmas.
Oh yeah.
And Santa's overworked and he's running out of ideas.
So he's just giving them like random shit.
No, he's giving them. Well, first off, like the quantity has gone down like significantly.
Yeah.
And he's just giving them like shitty toys, and even he's like, "These toys stink. I'm running out of creative ideas." But there's actually a sequence that I wish was in this movie where people are so fed up with Santa coming, and they want to just like get rid of him, so maybe that will like stop the endless Christmas cycle. That the army actually starts shooting at him.
Oh no!
Like they oh wait, no, they do start shooting at him.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I forgot this was in here.
Yeah.
Damn it! Fairly Odd Parents
Doesn't
ripped
he
that
get
off
knocked
too.
out of the sky?
That's so true. Wow, It's been a while since I've seen this one, folks.
There's a little jack-o'-lantern. Oh my gosh, that's so precious. I love Zero so much.
But you've almost. I really love how he's like trying to stay in character with his ho 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 voice.
But you most of all.
Yeah. But I do really love the Fairly Odd Parents joke where they actually just not only do they have release the chimney, release the cookies and milk, everyone pretend to be asleep. They all rip off their uniforms and they're all in their pajamas, and one of them just falls asleep like, I hope I get a football.
Yeah.
And they just tried shooting down Santa.
I
But
think
yeah.
there's a local brewery that makes a beer called Santa's Bribe.
Oh God, this. Oh shit.
Boogie Boogie has a foot fetish. Confirmed.
But no, what was it about the brew? Oh shit.
Oh, they make a brew called Santa's Bribe.
That's great. I need
Dad's
that.
really Santa. That's what he wants.
I need that for my bar. But no, that's so second time from that Tim Burton's done this.
The leg gag?
The leg gag. You remember Michael Keaton was feeling up the severed pretty leg and got to, it carries up. I guess, Tim Burton has like a creepy severed leg fetish.
Oh man. It's like a reverse Kira Yoshikage. It's awful.
But
Just
okay,
Tim
so
Burton and severed feet. Just in his room of severed feet.
but like now that I think about it, it is kind of dark seeing the army shooting down Santa Claus.
Oh yeah.
Like that's hilarious.
Great.
It's hilarious.
And then he lands in this graveyard. It's like an existential crisis.
Of course, it has to be a graveyard.
Oh yeah.
Because where else would he have landed? And of course, everyone's like, no, we just wanted to scare you with joy. We just wanted to scare you with joy. To be fair, like, come on. I'm pretty sure because of this movie, this is what, like, the horrifying version of Christmas that they tried to spread. That's basically every millennial's Christmas now.
Yeah, it's a nice anti or alternative Christmas type of video. Like, I feel like everybody wants to celebrate, but not everybody feels the tradition. So
they just bring their favorite, their actual favorite.
You want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Totally.
Like, for one, I love Christmas. I hate Christmas songs. I think they should be illegal. I hate them so much. We haven't written a new one since, like, 1960.
That's true.
Yeah.
I want to bring back the old ones about, breaking into your house and demanding the rich people for their food.
I like the old like Wassel the drinking songs.
Yes.
There are so many drinking songs centered around Yuletide and Christmas that have just been kind of cut out.
Bring that shit back.
About. Yeah.
Bring that shit back.
I always make warm alcohol is an important part of the Christmas. Mulling spices become my life. I think once it turns into like November, I'm like crock pot, whatever alcohol I have left over. Apple cider, I guess.
You know what just hit me as like
spices.
This could be either
an orange goes in there. I don't give a fuck.
This could either be an amazing invention or a horrifyingly bad cocktail that no living human being should ever drink. And I'm calling it the
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, pretty much, because it's basically like one of those hot pumpkin spice drinks mixed with eggnog. Pumpkin
spice eggnog actually sounds like going to be creamy and nice.
It sounds like it. Like I said, it could be either an amazing invention or a horribly awful cocktail.
I'm thinking I have pumpkin spice with like lattes and cookies and sweet creamy things. So I feel like
someone should make that a thing.
Yeah.
Pumpkin spice
eggnog is definitely a thing you can just buy off the shelf, though.
Is it?
Yeah, you can buy pumpkin spice eggnog.
Oh.
At like Kroger.
Well, I never was much of a fan of eggnog, so I guess I'm...
Well, they also make pumpkin spice everything. You can buy pumpkin spice lobster ravioli if you really want. You can buy pumpkin spice beer, that should be a rule for a Halloween party. If somebody comes over with that, they go home
Yeah.
and they buy a new beer.
Is it that bad?
Oh god, pumpkin beer is gross, and every time I throw a Halloween party, somebody brings a case of that shit, and it's just in my house forever. And I have to wait until I'm really sad and out of beer. If I'm really sad and I have 4 beers, so I can't drive, and I'm, I guess, too old to use Postmates like a normal person.
See, it's times like that where I wish
I look at the pumpkin spice beer, and it's like that scene from Civil War on Drugs. I'm like, oh no.
Oh no,
Oh,
no.
And I drink it, but I don't enjoy it.
It's the Trevor Moore thinking of what about wash moth?
What about
mouthwash?
Yes, I'm like, well, before I dip into the rubbing alcohol, I guess I'll try this.
It's actually times like that where I wish I had a gun to take it out to the range and just shoot it.
Shoot it? Yeah.
That'd be great.
That's what needs to be done. Because I never feel better afterwards.
Oh shit, we need to save Santa Claus.
Oh no.
And Sally. Oh shit, is Oogie Boogie gonna like burn her alive? Because as you know, she's filled with leaves.
Yeah, she's a very flammable girl.
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing that that's something I keep missing, but keep forgetting to say, the horn on the car and the way that it's animated with stripes. The stripes is what make it that animation really sing, because it's the exaggeration and stretching of the lines and the contours that make it great. But I love that. Run, Jack, run! Whoop! Oh boy. Oh, Zero, I love you. I wonder if anyone's ever made
a cute little Zero costume for their dog.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking of that. That's adorable.
That would be adorable. Actually, that's like that would be a great like trifecta costumes. Have like a really thin guy dressed up as Jack Skellington. The wife is Sally, and their little dog is Zero.
Aww.
That would be a great portrait
That'd be
shoot.
cute.
Oh. And then just have their best friend dress up as Oogie and just try to fuck with their day.
Oh, yeah. Oogie Boogie could just be like,
oh, come on, dude. You're cheat.
Get a plastic bag. I mean, a burlap sack. And make that what you collect your candy in.
Oh, that would be great. No, dude. Actually, that would be kind of awesome. Like, get like a mechanism that you can control in your hand to open the mouth. Mm-hmm. And you just say, put the candy in the mouth. And you just fill your bag up with candy as you go along.
You know who I want to be like my trick-or-treat bag now?
Who's that?
I want a no-face.
A no-face? And you have him give them to you? Yeah. That'd be great! Of course, if you went into like a...
Feed him.
If you went into like a big nerd neighborhood, you probably wouldn't get any candy because it's bad luck.
They know.
Because actually, you know what? That's actually a really great way to test people. Like, if they give you candy, you know they have no idea what the hell you are.
You're not a weeb, we can't be friends.
Yeah, but if they if they refuse to give you candy because they know what's going on, then you're like, hi, I'm your friend now.
Oh, yeah. How to make friends and lose weight on Halloween.
That's right.
Pro tips from the experts.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love this. Oh, yeah, this is where he gets caught with the string.
Oh yeah.
This is great.
This freaked me out. I hated that.
Oh yeah. Okay. See, it's the spinning thing. Oh, God. Okay. It looks grotesque, but also my brain just hurts trying to figure out how to animate that thing.
Oh.
Yeah, that's one of the few live action shots.
Yeah.
My bugs.
My bugs.
Squish.
And he's an earwig too.
Yeah.
Have you ever been bit by one of those fuckers?
No.
I haven't, but my friend had. She cried for like an hour.
See, I see now. I'm just getting.
Freak me out.
See, I'm just getting Men in Black flashbacks where it's just like,
Oh.
was that your auntie? Oh, I bet that's your uncle in too. Splat.
Smash.
Oh my God! Actually, you know what? Oogie Boogie did grow up to be the bug in Men in Black.
Oh, really?
I bet you what he had.
So Oogie Boogie's an alien.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
I'll headcanon that. I'll go with it. Because I mean, remember, oh no, he wasn't. He wasn't a production designer on this one, but he was with that one Tim Burton Michael Keaton movie, whom I can't say.
Ah.
Apparently.
You just can't say it 3 times. I said it once. If you said it this time,
you said it
can't
twice.
say it.
You said it twice.
Oh no, yeah. See, that would round off a
yeah.
third.
See, I know what I'm doing.
You know, yeah. You can't be the last one
I
to
love
say
this.
it.
But the oh, and now he's picking everything up, and so it's all good. No, I know a lot of people complain that this version of Santa Claus is kind of mean spirited. But to be fair, he did get kidnapped throughout most of the movie.
Yeah, Santa Claus is allowed to have a tude.
Yeah, he
Santa
is.
Claus doesn't have to be like, oh yes, I forgive you. Santa gets shit done, okay?
Yeah, dude. So he's like, a fool of a took.
Yeah.
Totally unrelated.
Oh yeah.
Although, do you know who was? I forget. No, it wasn't. No, it was for Santa Claus. Do you know who was supposed to be Santa Claus originally?
Who?
Vincent Price.
Ooh.
He was originally supposed to be played by Vincent Price.
Ooh.
They did get him.
That would have been.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, they did record for him, but because he was so by this time he was so advanced in age that most of his dialogue was unusable, so they just had to replace him. Which sucked because Tim Burton gone on record saying, my favorite actor I've ever worked with and my favorite actor I've always loved watching growing up was Vincent Price.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they tried. They really did try, but you know, it was just a little too early, a little too late. But whatever. I mean, at least they got Martin Landau to do a really good Bela Lugosi later on. You know,
made a girlfriend.
Go get her, Jack.
Yes.
Go get her. Even Zero's like, go get her.
Go get her. I like that they all get their Christmas. Instead of them taking over, they can just enjoy it.
Yeah, you know?
And maybe once the PTSD is worn off, Santa will let them hold a Halloween and Christmas.
Maybe, just like going back and forth, that sort of thing, and mix and match, and then eventually it just turns into Saturnalia all over again.
Oh, yeah. Or Krampusnacht, you know?
Oh, that'd be great.
Just weird Austrian goat demons just start showing up.
You know what? Maybe this would be like a really good origin story, like alternate mythological children's origin story. This is how
Krampus was born.
Yeah, it was the marriage between Halloween and Christmas. It's great. I love it.
I think Krampus was born for some kid going, I don't give a fuck if I don't get presents. What are you going to do about it, Mom? And German lady is like, there's a fucking demon
that'll fuck your shit up.
Fuck your shit up and you'll die.
And burn in hell forever. And I'm not going to do
enough.
shit.
Sometimes, like, as a kid, you are just like, I don't give a shit. What's Santa going to give me, a video game? Like, I don't care. You know.
And then I'm like, oh, bitch, I will tell you what Krampus is gonna get you. I'm gonna know exactly what.
Very like misbehaving little lederhosen wearing boy.
Yes.
Was fucking with everything. That's probably the real origin story.
That's most likely. That's gotta be. Mm-hmm. And then of course, yes, Danny Elfman.
Yes.
We love you. This is. Honestly, it's between this and the 1989 Batman soundtrack are probably my favorite Danny Elfman scores. And although, you know what's really interesting? I know Caroline Thompson is credited with the screenplay. Everyone keeps saying, including her, like almost 10% of this movie is mine. Because I mean, she still wrote the screenplay for Edward Scissorhands and a couple other Tim Burton stuff, but ultimately she's like, yeah, this one I really didn't have much hand in. This is like 90% Tim Burton.
Well, he wrote the story and she adapted it to script.
Yeah.
So really it's just about making it flow at that point.
Pretty much,
being almost more of a script supervisor,
But I do know, like, a lot of people get a lot of flack for, like, oh yeah, this is a movie by Tim Burton. Yeah, but not really.
Yeah.
Like, people tend to forget that it's not directed by him.
Yeah.
You know?
It's his vision, but
it is his vision. But he just and for reasons that I totally sympathize with, because I'm a really imaginative person and I've got some crazy stuff and I just don't have the means to make it and get it done myself. But I will give it to him for, like, coming up with all these ridiculously crazy ideas, and then I give it up to Henry Selick and his team for actually making it concrete and breathing life into it. Like Tim Burton was the guy who brought in the corpse
Yeah.
and the pieces of the bodies, and
Everybody else
and everyone just kind of
was
put it together under his supervision. Like he didn't actually touch anything to put it together, but he was there to watch and maybe give a note here and there.
Mhm.
But otherwise, yeah, like all the raw material is his, but Henry Selick and his team are the ones that put it together and created life. But yeah, it's so much fun. I forget how much fun it is revisiting this movie.
Oh yeah.
Because, you know, like
it brings you back in time.
yeah, I mean, you know, like it's gotten to a movie to be like it really has become, you know, a comfort movie that you can just put on as white noise.
Oh yeah.
Like a movie you can put on when you're putting up your decorations for either Halloween or Christmas or both or whatever. Or just like, you know, something you want to watch just kind of be spooky in the middle of like April or on a rainy day, whatever.
Oh yeah.
But it's really rare and fun to actually
Go back and think about it.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't actually actively watched this movie in a while.
Mhm.
I watch it every year, but
It's fun to actually sit down, take a breath, and let it all in and really just... So, you know what would be really great to see this in the movie theater?
oh yeah.
Because you know they've got to have re-releases all over the place. You just kind of look on Fandango or wherever.
Oh yeah.
But that'd be a really great one. You know what? I actually remember, it reminds me of a really wonderful story. It's one of my favorite movie-going experiences.
Mhm.
The Lion King was re-released in 3D.
Oh,
Didn't
yeah.
give a shit about the 3D.
Yeah, I wouldn't either, but seeing that on the big screen.
I saw it with the best crowd possible. I saw it, it was, I think, second year of college, and I went to go see it just a few blocks away from out of town. It was in the old Woodland Mall theater. So that's where pretty much all the college students could either walk to or just get a short ride to. So the entire crowd that night were all people my age.
Hey.
Watching it as a communal experience, it was a giant sing-along.
Oh, that's great.
I cannot tell you, like when
I love doing kids stuff and the kids aren't there, so you don't have to worry about being disrupted.
Nope. It was late at night. It was like 10 o'clock. It was like 8
Like
o'clock.
when I see a ball pit and there's a child, I go, well, this is their space and I must respect it. When I see a ball pit and like me and just like 3 other like
close friends are there.
I'm
Oh,
like,
you dive.
I can get in there. I'm getting in there.
That's right. Because I remember, like, as soon as, like, the you know, the circle of life and the title drops. When the title drops, the crowd went fucking nuts. So I can only imagine how great it would be to see Nightmare Before Christmas with a bunch of spoopy nerds, like, you know, in an evening show.
Oh yeah.
Like, that would be, everyone would just
make
be...
it late so that the age crowd gets post 13 years old.
Yes.
So that you can go, oh shit, and not worry about some mother glare.
Exactly. That'd be the greatest movie screening ever. I would love to go out.
Bring a big pumpkin full of candy and just sit there. Concession stand should sell that.
Yes. Yes. Get a big thing of soda, big thing of candy and whatnot, and just sing along and have the time of your life with everyone.
Yes.
Everyone would just be singing, "This is Halloween, 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 Halloween." Yes. Oh, that'd be so much good. We can see now. I want to look at listings for theaters.
See it,
just to go see it, because that would be so much
I'd
fun.
go and I'd see it with you if there was.
And we have to see it in a college town, so that way we know, like, the crowd there is going to be all people our age.
I would rather not drive like 2-3 hours out of my way.
Oh, true. I'm just thinking of, like, a college town.
A college town.
And just someplace when we know the demographic of people that are going to be at the screening are going to be, like, people like us that have just known this since the beginning of our goth phase.
I feel like anybody who watches re-releases was there when they were first released.
Yeah, I bet.
I
bet.
Those usually kids are go, Mommy, I want to see the re-release of a 1993 classic Nightmare.
Nah, probably not.
There might be parents our age bringing their kids, like, I don't know. Or slightly older, probably.
That's why I'm
if
thinking,
their
like,
kids are old enough to watch Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's why I'm thinking, like, go to, like, a later-ish show, but...
Yeah, and then it'll just cut out the little kids.
Exactly.
Because it's gonna be, like, millennials and older millennials with kids.
Yes.
I think would be the range that you'd see.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
A lot of people are having kids nowadays. It's
Yeah.
weird.
But I still think that anybody our age wouldn't have like a kid above like 5 yet, right?
I guess. It depends. Unless they're
I knew
one of those.
some girls from my school who like got married at 18, but their kids would be 7. That's on the borderline for this film, I think. I think this is like a 7+, 8+ type.
Yeah.
Or like the TV rating Y7, like it's PG.
If only this movie wasn't owned by Disney because they're such sticklers. Because then
because they need to. It has to be shown perfectly right in the right order.
And then I would just have a screening of my own at that point. Just go to an old like a college campus and say we're showing this, and just have everyone just burst into song.
Yes. No, you'd have to do a small one so that they never find out.
That's true.
But I'd go. And I'm the only crowd that anybody needs.
Mm-hmm.
It's just me.
Hell yeah. You would have people dancing in front of the screen.
I would get people to dance.
Hell yeah. It would be...
I'm the bitch who starts applauses at, like, things.
See, now I feel like if we can really get this going as, like, a midnight movie, this could turn into, like, something just as big as Rocky Horror.
Well, it could just be a tradition. It would be more like a yearly thing than, like,
okay,
but it would be a bigger thing.
So, like Rocky Horror, but only once a year.
Yes.
That would be cool. I would do that. See, now I need to own my own theater.
We need to do a Rocky Horror midnight screening sometime because
yeah.
Esquire does it every other week.
That's true. I mean, I've done it already.
Yeah, I know, but we should go in a non-historic theater that'll let us throw rice.
Good point. Your mileage may vary for a Rocky Horror Picture Show depending on which theater lets you get away with.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, we're a very historic building. Here's our bags of props that you're allowed to use. No water bottles, no rice, no hot dogs, I think. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the hot dogs. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and instead you're going to blow these whistles. Okay. It was so fun.
Yeah.
We still got to yell at the screen. But
yes.
It's not the same as throwing food.
True. At least we got to have a toast.
A toast. No, we weren't allowed to throw toast either.
Oh, we weren't. Boo. That's right.
No food.
Oh, that's fuck.
Art preservation's ruining fun.
We're gonna have to do a Rocky Horror screen. Well, although I don't know if we should do one for this show. You know what, if folks listening at home, if you guys want us to do Rocky Horror, let us know. But
we might make a bonus episode. You thinking?
Maybe. Well, sometime down the line, honestly, because
yeah.
this year is kind of locked and ready. But speaking of which, next week is going to be we're gonna take a far step away from the classics and get into some weirder territory. Hey guys, you remember Lord of the Rings and how fun that was? Guess what Peter Jackson was doing before that?
Killing people with a lawnmower?
Making weird, gross out horror comedy with really one of them
with a lawnmower, right?
Yep.
That's the only scene I've seen from this movie. That's all I know about this film is you showed me that.
There's that and Bad Taste, which is also a great companion piece.
Ooh.
It's about aliens, and you actually get to see Peter Jackson puking into a pudding bowl. Yeah, he actually and the sound is just so gross and over the top. It may actually induce like actual vomiting, which I'm pretty sure was the point the whole time.
Well, then don't play that on a car trip up to Yellow Springs.
That's a great story. But no, yeah. So next week is going to be what just may be billed as the goriest film ever made.
It's one I've never seen. This is the one on this list that I never saw, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go in blind.
Really?
I think I want a reaction video.
Okay. Well,
I think people would want to hear me react.
Okay, that's totally fine.
You can share facts, and I will just sit.
Well, it's gonna be me and Mike kind of just geeking out over it.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Mike's coming back.
Mike's coming back?
Yes, Mike is coming back from.
Oh man, I want to look smart if Mike's coming.
Werewolf in London and Spirited Away. Mike Wasser's coming back for Dead Alive for our very special End of Spooktober Halloween special. So keep an eye out for that next week. I promise I'm going to be posting that on time. I did have a little bit of a technical difficulty earlier this week, but it's all semi being taken care of. So we'll see you again next week, Thursday, not Friday. I've been Tim.
I've been Hannah.
And you'll never have to watch a movie alone again.